Did you know that Melita Benson and Mildred Day invented Rice Krispie treats?
We are going to show you how to make Rice Krispie treats drizzled with chocolate.
We are good to show you how to make them because we have both made them many times.
The ingredients you will need to make this is 1 10-ounce bag of mini marshmallows, 2 tablespoons of butter, a little bit of vanilla, 4 cups of Rice Krispie cereal, which we've already poured out, Pam or spray oil, and 1 cup of chocolate chips.
The materials you'll need is a baking pan.
We've already sprayed it.
1 small bowl for the butter, 2 medium bowls for the Rice Krispies and the chocolate, 1 large bowl, which is going to be where the mix is, and then a measuring cup for vanilla, 2 spatulas, a knife to cut the butter, and then wax paper.
Make sure to wash your hands before you start, but we have already done that.
First, you're going to grab your butter and slice it up. Distribute that, help me, over the marshmallows. Wait for it. Okay.
Just like this.
Or not like that, but you know.
Okay. Put into the microwave and cook for about 2 minutes.
Wait, what do I click?
Make sure to always use fresh, fluffy marshmallows because they will do better in the microwave.
There we go.
And also use mini marshmallows because they will melt better and faster. Use a large bowl because the marshmallows will puff up and you do not want it to overflow. You may want to make the time of your cooking longer or shorter, dependent on your microwave.
You also want to make sure that you're not using stale marshmallows because stale marshmallows will burn and you don't want burnt marshmallows because then you'll have to start all over. And
It'll be a
if
big
you
mess.
keep going, they will not taste good and that is not good. After a minute, they'll start to puff up and then at about 2 minutes, they will be mostly melted. The ones that aren't melted will melt once you stir because they're hot on the inside, just not completely melted.
There are a lot of variations of Rice Krispie treats. Some of the variations are peanut butter, nuts, like on top or in the mixture, different color of Rice Krispies for different kinds of holidays.
Like you can food dye it or
like red and green for
Christmas or
like red, blue for 4th of July. Add different kinds of candies too to make it flavorful and more tasteful.
Like you can add marshmallows or
Milky Way or Snickers or like M&Ms or anything.
Yeah. And yeah. The first Rice Krispie treats were sold as Campfire Girl fundraisers and they sold many.
So like when you pull them out, they should be like a bit like puffy and like some of them should be like a little whole and some should be more melted. And Josie will explain that in a little bit.
Well, when we pull it out.
So Josie's going to pull it out of the microwave now. And we'll see how it is. See?
It's pretty puffy. I don't want to pour over. You're going to mix it. And as you mix it, it will sort of blend together, I guess.
Then you add a little bit of the vanilla.
At this point, it will look like a sticky mess. And like you're doing something wrong, sorry.
But you're actually not. And
See,
so Josie will show
look
you
like
it.
that. Like it's brown and it's like
kind of
yellowish
runny,
brown and it looks really gross. Like it's going to be nasty.
Now you're going to toss in about like half of the Rice Krispies because it makes it a lot easier to stir.
while it's stirring, it will sort of mix in with you and just sort of start to grip onto the marshmallows. Just keep adding little portions of
them so it won't get too hard to stir at the end.
And you're gonna add the rest and just keep stirring. As I said, it will get pretty hard to stir. Well, not too hard, but it will begin to get hard.
Now your mix should look like this.
Sort of like more Rice Krispies than marshmallows.
You think you've added too much Rice Krispies, but
and not enough marshmallows.
You haven't.
But you haven't, so just finish stirring it and set aside for later.
Okay, so that's done for now.
Now we're gonna melt the chocolate. Take the bowl of chocolate and put it in for 30 seconds. We're gonna do it in 30-second intervals because chocolate will easily burn, and yeah, you don't want it burnt like you don't want marshmallows burnt.
When you take it out, some should be melted and some shouldn't, but when you give them a stir, they should break down really easily. You can also melt the marshmallows and chocolates on the stove, but we chose the microwave because when you do it on the stove, the marshmallows and chocolate burn really easily.
Like in here. Now when I pull it out, like Jessie said, it's going to be not really melted at all. Like it looks like it wasn't even in there. But I'm just going to give it a little stir. And it is not really that melted. We're going to keep doing the 30 seconds. Because we really need it to like melt, I guess. And so we're just going to keep doing this until it's smooth and not very lumpy.
So now we would take the Rice Krispie mix
while we're melting the chocolate
and put it in the pan. Some of the Rice Krispie mix will stick to the bowl, but try to get the most off as you can.
Now we're going to stir the chocolate while Jessie's doing that. See, it's starting to mix in a little bit more. But we're probably going to need another 30 seconds. So just stir it until you can't really stir it anymore and it's not really hot enough to get it any more stirred.
So while Josie puts that in the microwave for like another 30 seconds or so, I will get the rest of this out, and then I can start to pat it down with wax paper.
Make sure when it's in the microwave and you're on your third or fourth 30 seconds, you make sure you're watching it, or else it will get too sort of sticky and you don't want it to burn or anything like that. Make sure you're using wax paper because it gets it very smooth and the mix will not stick to your hand. That is a good thing.
The mix is very sticky, but like Josie said, if you use wax paper, it is very less messy to pat it down and everything.
So now it's really, this is our third 30 seconds and it is really easy to mix now.
When you're done patting it down, it should look like this.
Now that we are done doing that, now we're gonna, once they're smoothed over, we're gonna take the melted chocolate and pretty much just drizzle it. You can put it like more chunks wherever you want it and just sort of pour it out to like where you want, and then you can like spread it.
And you might want to use a spoon because it's easier to scoop out and then try to just drizzle it.
But you can also, and then if you end up, it's going to be sort of coated instead of drizzled, if you want it to be, and we're going to make it coated now, I guess.
Yeah, we have a little more, but that's okay because I like chocolate and a lot of people like chocolate, so it'll be better tasting, I guess.
If it's covered, not drizzled. Okay.
Okay, I think we're pretty much done with coating the Rice Krispies with chocolate. Just a couple more, like, drizzles over it.
There we go.
So we are done.
Your finished project
Should look something like that. And so,
yummy.
we have just taught you how to make chocolate-covered Rice Krispie treats.
I hope you choose to make this delicious food sometime soon.
And here is the finished product one more time.
You can, after that, you can like cut it and into how big of pieces
So
you want
Josie
it
will
to
cut
be.
it, and thanks for watching our video on how to make chocolate-covered Rice Krispie treats.